Chronic constipation. This is an overview of how you can solve it without relying on laxatives and medications for the rest of your life. So my name is Joe, I'm a dietitian, and we specialize in helping people with digestive issues. So of course there's many ways you can go about treating constipation. I'm just going to look at a few things from a nutrition perspective that we do with clients that we see a large success rate with for the hundreds of clients that we've served. So first thing is fiber, right? Now I'm not going to tell you to eat kale and lick trees and all the rest. You need to methodically and intentionally play with your fiber, because we have some people who yes, do well when they increase it consistently, going for 25-30 grams, but we have clients who do a lot better with low fiber, and that's not a long-term solution, but it can certainly help in the interim depending on what your condition is. So we would really play with either a very low fiber intake or a higher fiber intake. And then there's of course types of fiber, right? Soluble, insoluble, and we can even go into more detail in that. But you want to be able to intentionally play with those things to see what happens. Second thing is a low FODMAP diet. You've probably heard of it. I'm not going to go into detail about what it is, but just that there are some FODMAP compounds that could be contributing to your slow transit time and slow bowel. Now, of course, it depends on what's caused your constipation, whether it's physiological, something going on with the muscles or the nerve endings, or maybe it is a particular food intolerance that's really slowing down that process. And in that instance, that's where we want to figure out what compounds are they, and they're usually a couple of different FODMAP compounds. So you'd go through a process of eliminating those and methodically re-challenging them back into your diet so you can see exactly what FODMAP compounds they were, and then you can figure out what amounts you tolerate, and we go from there. And that's what we help our clients do. So it's something to consider. You need to do it methodically. It's worth mentioning that with constipation, the success rate of a low FODMAP diet is slightly less. That's what's seen in studies as well, because it's multifactorial usually. Usually we do need to play with the fiber. We have the FODMAP compounds. It might be some other things as well. And then of course there's the non-dietary factors as well. So keep that in mind. Last thing I want to mention is something you can actually implement today and try, and that is Kiwi Fruit. And this is evidence-based, or at least emerging. They've done a couple of clinical trials on it. And so 2 Kiwi Fruit per day for several weeks has shown to increase colonic transit time and reduce laxative use in participants. So it's super fascinating and absolutely worth an experiment, because you want to figure out yes, what kind of diet you should be eating, but also you need to think in context, what's actually caused the constipation, because that affects how we would treat it. And it's not the fiber in kiwi fruit, it's actually an enzyme. It's specific to kiwi fruit. It's called actinidine, and that is that is thought to be the compound that's responsible for these positive effects on gut motility and helping with constipation. So of course, really scratching the surface here, but if you have any questions, feel free to comment. And if you'd like some individualized help, comment yes below and I'll reach out to you, and I can at least give you some resources, or you can direct message me and let me know and we can have a conversation.